Are you thinking of opening an assisted living facility in Florida? Well, I'm going to break down everything for you here today. Here is the step by step guide to getting started. Starting an assisted living facility or an ALF in Florida involves several important steps, including meeting state regulations, obtaining the appropriate licenses, and of course, ensuring that the facility is properly equipped, as well as hiring the amazing qualified staff. Florida has specific rules and regulations set by the Agency for Healthcare Administration, or AHCA, and the Florida Department of Elder Affairs, DOEA. No cute name for that one. Both of them govern assisted living facilities. But before starting an ALF, it is crucial to understand the regulatory framework that governs these facilities in Florida because you want to know who you're going to and what they care about. The key regulations are found in the Florida Statutes, Chapter 429, and the Florida Administrative Code. Both of these establish the rules for licensing, they establish the rules for operation, and the care standards for ALFs. AHCA is responsible for licensing and monitoring and the regulation of assisted living facilities in Florida. They are your new best friend. You don't want them to be your new worst enemy. They ensure that the facilities comply with health and safety standards, and the Florida Department of Elder Affairs, they provide resources and support for the care of the elderly in the state, and they offer guidelines for services that can be provided in assisted living facilities. Before you even begin opening your ALF, you're going to want to get educated first by going to a training like the RAL Academy, where they show you step by step how to do this. But to begin, you're going to need to create a business plan. You're going to need to determine which of the four methods you want to choose to get started. And all of these methods have entirely different ways to go about them. So, one of them is buying an existing RAL. You're going to purchase the real estate and the business up and running, cash flowing day one. The other is leasing a home to use for this. You can also buy a single family home and convert it to become an RAL, or you can buy land and custom build from the ground up. All four of these methods are going to require different business plans, different capital structures, different skill sets, really everything. So all of that's important for you to lay out in your business plan, which method you're going to do. And it also really helps you understand the way you want to go about this. You need to start raising capital with that business plan next. And really, there are 7 ways to raise money and not have to use your own when it comes to ALF funding. Don't be lazy. Don't use your own. Once you've got the money and you've either got it from the bank or an SBA lender, or you're working with private money or hard money or a syndication deal, whatever it is, and then you've bought the home or the land, now it's time to renovate and build. It's time to customize your assisted living. And I want to make sure that as you're doing this building, that you are up to code with building code and zoning requirements. You need to have the senior safety in mind and accessibility, of course, too, as well as fire suppression. Oh man, there are so many steps. Hence why going to the RL Academy is definitely the next best step, because there's so many things, and if one little thing goes wrong, it could cost you way too much money. So I don't want you to make any mistakes. But next, you'll need to start hiring. You're going to need to hire a licensed administrator, and they'll hire your licensed caregivers. There are a slew of other independent contractors you'll need, like a landscaper, handyman, private chef, activities director, all those, but those are not as important as your licensed administrator and your caregivers. But once hired, you'll want to train them for the culture and tone you want to set in your home, because yes, they have their license through the state, and yes, they legally know what to do, but they don't know the energy and the culture that you are trying to set in this home. So you need to train them for what you have going on. We show people how to do this every single day, how to own and operate care homes, train their staff, and I even recorded a video here for you on YouTube. So I think this will help you get started. Don't miss it. Click here next. Okay. Don't forget, as you're starting to open your ALF home, you have to start building relationships with people in the industry, like elder law attorneys, geriatric doctors, and placement agents. And of course, you need to be marketing the whole time, because once you pass inspection and you get your insurance all situated and obtain your license, you're going to want to have an open house and welcome people to walk through the door. Now, I know this is a lot, and that's why there are large training courses on this. YouTube University will only teach you so much, but so far, we've got deciding where the home is going to be, creating that business plan, raising that capital, choosing our 4 methods, building or renovating the home, hiring our staff, getting the license situated, and making sure that our staff is up to training that we want them to be up to. And then, of course, this whole time you need to have been marketing to fill your beds. This will make or break you in the industry, so don't skimp out on it. Florida is a common place for seniors to live in assisted living. And because of that, there are many options. So you need to do something that's going to set yourself apart. Do something that you can be known for. The market isn't saturated yet in Florida, but it's definitely a more common thing than it is in Mississippi, Oklahoma, or Wyoming, where there aren't many homes at all. Always remember, live where you want and invest where it makes sense. And don't forget, first step, get educated. Starting an assisted living facility in Florida, you don't have to break barriers to make it happen, but it does involve significant planning, preparation, and compliance with state regulations. You need to secure the necessary licenses for the physical home and then prepare the facility. And of course, hire the licensed trained staff, your administrator, and caregivers, and market the services effectively. Be sure to work closely with AHCA and any other regulatory bodies to ensure that you meet all of the safety and standard codes. You want to not just meet them, but honestly, you want to go above and beyond, because providing high quality care for the seniors should be your end game. Now, don't forget to check out this next video and make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.